Hi everybody, I am going to do a different video today, and I've thought about it because I lived in England for 28 years, not in England, UK, but an island that belonged to the UK, Jersey, one of the Channel Islands, and I do get homesick sometimes, especially missing the family. But besides that, I am a royalist, and this is a reaction to a reaction, or an action to a reaction from somebody that commented on my comment in one of the YouTube channels that I follow. There's one that I follow, and that is Neil, and he's a beautiful person, and he can keep calm and correct and polite, and I'll leave the links that I watched from the channels in the description box, also the list, and there is another one, but I can't think of the name. But there's a lot of Americans going, also the channels about Meghan and Harry, and also there's another one, Trevor. He is an ex-army officer that has PT, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and I follow him because it's nice listening to him. I can relate to him because I've got post-traumatic stress syndrome because of the whiplashes. You don't only get it through the war. And I do want to start podcasts. I've already wanted to do this for 2 years, but I'm just too busy with my YouTube channel, and I just love my tarot. I live for the tarot and the Lenormand, and also the collaborations that I do, and the wonderful cyber angels that you are. And if anybody else that is a royalist is out there, then this might be just a video for you, because I do feel we need to speak as a younger generation. I'm already somewhat older generation, but I'm a younger generation than the Queen's generation. I'm more of Diana's generation, and Charles. Now, I'm not saying that I hate Charles or anything like that. He's been through hell, so has Diana. It's cost her life, and I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, but I do stand behind Diana and what she stood for, and how she brought up her children and the beliefs, because she took the boys outside the gates and showed them what real life is. And that has opened up, in my view, has opened up the royal family to become a little bit modern, and to also is a wake-up call. And especially now, I know Charles has been born and bred to be the King of England, but after the history and exploits that he's done, you can forgive him, because you do things in the moment, and sometimes they're okay. But there is more news coming out about Charles, and I think you all know about it. It is also the he's paying people for getting their name onto the awards lists or something like that, and he claims he doesn't know anything about it. The Metropolitan Police of Scotland Yard is investigating. It seems there is a clampdown to get rid of the monarchy. I think it would be a pity, because we need somebody to look up to have these weddings, to have the traditions. What is life without traditions, customs, standards? And to look up to somebody, and also people that do also a lot of good. So my personal choice is let William and Catherine come to the throne, and they are more in touch with the people, thanks to Diana, that showed the boys what life was all about. Henry has turned his back on the monarchy and is bringing his grandmother down I think that is disgusting, very hurtful as well, proclaiming that you love her, but then bringing down her and the monarchy. And so the monarchy seems to be in a very deep water. Will there still be a monarchy? As I have lived in England since 1967 to 1992, somewhere around there, I have seen a heck of a lot and experienced a lot, read the papers, know what the gossip is, and I know and understand the stalking and chasing of Diana and all that. So I do get my story from my own experiences through living in England and reading the English papers, which I don't do now. I only get my information, of course, like millions of others, from Facebook and YouTube. Also, why do I prefer Catherine and William is because they are modern. They have a YouTube channel. They're trying to cater for the old, the young, and the babies. Like Catherine is reading bedtime stories on YouTube or BBC. We can't get that here. So, or ITV, as ITV has gained the respect or the trust instead of the BBC. Well, I can understand that too, with all the things that have happened with Jimmy Savile and things like that with the pedophiles. So they want to stay away. And also with Bashar, the interview with Diana and Bashir or Bashar, so that hurted William. William was really angry, and there is an ongoing investigation about that as well, as I think. I can remember. I haven't heard or seen anything up to date about that. But also, Charles is old, and he will only reign perhaps 10, 15 years, at the most 25 years, before he's old and very old and frail. He has chosen for Camilla. Camilla is not favoured. She's pushed down people's throats and brought out from out the wings, so that people will get to know her. She's done her hard work. She's kept stum and respectful and all that. I agree with that. She's a lady in her own right, but I still think we should have real royal blood on the throne. And that is what Catherine is, and William. William is a son from a prince, and Diana was also very blue-blooded, as her family even go further back, so I've seen and heard and read, than the Windsor family, since their name was changed in 1916, and I forgot what the king was, but it was the grandfather of Princess Elizabeth, or Queen Elizabeth and Margaret, and then it became the Windsors, because they had a German name. So it really isn't an English family, it's a German family, but they are descendants of Queen Victoria. Now, I know I'm already a psychic for 45 to 50 years, if not longer, and also I was in the world of the psychics and followed that and did it, and associated with clubs and things like that in England. And people did readings on Prince Charles. When he was born, he was already predicted that he would never become the king. Now, why doesn't Charles have to abdicate when his uncle abdicated for a divorcee? And Camilla is a divorcee, and they were married in a registrar office, and so they didn't have a royal wedding. Does that mean that we are going to have a royal wedding? Does it mean that we will have the king and then have to fork out millions again, as the English taxpayers will have to do, and then in about 25 years, a very short time, that we will have to fork out, or you will have to fork out again millions? I think the monarchy would be saved if William took over, because Charles wants to make becoming the king smaller. Instead of having 8,000 people at the inauguration, if that's the right word, he's going to have 2,000. So there's going to be noses out of joint. Although the Commonwealth is getting smaller and Australia does want to go out, they've been pushing it for years. You can see it in films or documentaries. Also, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what we hear on this side of the water. And also in America they get other stories. Now, about Harry and Meghan, people don't find them, they're not very popular anymore either, also because of the insults and that they are bringing down the monarchy. There's now news and gossip and spreading around that they are, helped by Charles to bring down the monarchy. Well, not bringing down the monarchy, but that Henry is supported financially by Charles, like taking on the lease of their cottage again, and that could mean that they have residence in England. But you can't have two domiciles. You either live in America or you live in England. Now, if the hope is, or the gossip is, or the information is that if Harry has signed a new lease and renewed his lease with the Queen to have the domicile in England, then he could, this could also have to do with being registered for the Regent Act. The Regent Act means that if the Queen gets ill and Prince Charles, who is also in the Regent Act, he's her replacement, that takes decisions as a regent, a ruling regent, if the Queen becomes very frail and can't do the work. There are 4 people altogether now. William and Harry are the regents, and before it was Anne and Edward, and they pulled out, or they laid down their seats as council regents in 2005 and 2003, and people are saying they should be brought back because Andrew and Harry should be removed, and there should be people that are working royals should be replacing the council regents. And I think so, I agree with that, although I'm not an English citizen anymore or domicile in the UK. But your heart is still with the Queen of Hearts, and I believe Diana will always rule and will always be the Queen of Hearts, but she will also be the Queen from beyond. And that's not only because I can connect with the other side or I work with tarot, but I think she's left her mark with her sons, and her sons are carrying, at least one of the son is carrying on her work. And also takes it in consideration, that William said, "Mummy, when I become king, I will make you the Queen." And when you don't see that anywhere in the newspapers anymore, or on YouTube videos or Facebook videos, but that is what sticks in my mind, because that was one of the things that was said when Diana passed, before she passed away. William said, "Mummy, I'll make you Queen." Also, I think to keep the freshness in the royal family, I think there should be young ones. It will spare the costs with the crowning, it will spare costs and will be more respected by the British public, I hope, and I think so, than if Charles becomes king. But the Queen does not want to acknowledge it. But even the Queen Counsellor has agreed and said this and retweeted stuff like this, that the Queen should pass on the throne to William and Kate. Now, I've done my research, but I can't find the old prediction that I'm talking about and that I'm meaning about Charles giving up the throne or never being the king. Now, I'm going to read this because I've saved it, and I hope you find it interesting. So I've got this, the first part I got from the International, the news. You can find that if you type that in on Google, and it says, Prince Charles doesn't want to be king. Will give the throne to William, Diana's friend said. William has been part of the conversation since the age of 11 and 12, said Piers, that's Piers Morgan, about Charles' monarchy plans. Okay. A major shift might be coming at the moment, the way of the British monarchy, as per the predictions being made by Princess Diana's former voice coach excuse me, during an interview with The Sun. Stuart Pearce, who was also a close friend of the late Princess of Wales, claimed that Prince Charles might give up the throne and hand it over directly to his son, Prince William, after the death of the Queen Elizabeth. He, Charles, may not take the throne. He may hand it to the young son. He doesn't want to do it. Such a difficult task, said Pearce. Pearce further said that William has been part of the conversation since the age of 11 and 12. That being said, in order to move forward with this plan, Charles would have to involve the Parliament, and explained by the experts of the University College London Constitution Unit. That would be the matter of Prince Charles, and for Parliament. Under common law, Prince Charles will automatically become king the moment the Queen dies. I don't want the Queen to die, and I don't wish any death or anything like that upon anybody. Also, once I've read this, I will also give my point of view if he's king. Prince William could only become king if Prince Charles chose to abdicate. That would require legislation, as happened with the Declaration of Abdication in Act 1936. The experts explained in a post on the website of the Institute. The line of succession is regulated by Parliament, as in the Act of Succession in 1700 and the succession to the Crown in the Act of 2013. It can be changed only by Parliament and cannot be unilaterally altered by the monarch of the day, they added. Having waited over 60 years as heir, apparently, it would be natural for Prince Charles to want to assume the throne and perform the royal duties for which he has spent a long preparing time, they wrote. But it would be equally natural if, after reigning for a few years as an increasingly elderly monarch, he chose to invite Parliament to hand on the crown to Prince William, added the UCL experts. Now, I think there was also said a couple of weeks ago and some time ago, Charles is too soft and gentle to become the king, and he needs Camilla Parker Bowles to help him and support him, because whenever he's in dire straits, he flies off to her, even when she was married with him, when he was married to Diana. So Who will wear the pants, or who does wear the pants in this marriage? Well, I think that is her. And so she will be ruling the country. So will Prince Charles be a real, honest king? Also, I've got from, I think the Geo News, yes, I got this information. Princess Diana's prediction about British throne may end up being correct. Princess Diana's prediction about British throne may end up being correct. Prince Charles has been asked to fulfill Princess Diana's wish to give up the throne for their son Prince William, amid ongoing police investigation into his charity over cash for honours allegations. A known royal commentator, Richard Eden, renewed Princess Diana's prediction about the British throne as he tweeted about Harry's late mother's interview with Martin Bashir, where she suggested that Prince William would eventually become king instead of Prince Charles. And she got this from her psychic. Now, I don't know who that is, of course she had a couple. The expert tweeted in her interview with Martin Bashir on Panorama 2 years before she was killed, Princess Diana suggested that Prince William would eventually become the king instead of Prince Charles. Geo News. Also, I got from other psychics, the home blog psychics, recommended psychics is also called, and they predict that Charles will never be king. Joan Hanger, an expert dream analyzer who is renowned throughout Australia, and the publishers of 6 books, 2 of which have been international bestsellers, recently made a prediction about the possible future King of England. Hanger was Princess Anne's exclusive dream analyzer, and over the years she helped Diana gain understanding of her dreams. Meaning speaking, recently Hanger revealed that Diana always believed that her former husband Prince Charles would not become king despite being next in line to the throne. Hanger said Diana, said that she thought he would never be king. She would see him beheaded in her dreams. And of course that has lots of connotations, because in dreams world can subliminally play on words. Sorry about that, guys, that I'm butchering words, like losing your head or getting ahead, or being issues like that. But when he did appear in her dreams, she sort of didn't seem to know where he belonged. There were issues of dominance there. Recently, when Prince Charles was self-isolating, her predictions came close to becoming true, as Prince William was asked to step into his role. Hanger also said that Diana would often dream about being lost. That really is a sign of losing your identity, and she just couldn't find out where she was going, what her future was. It also is a sign that you are trying to conform with outside expectations of who people think you are, and they don't really reflect who you are. Prince Charles is now thankfully healthy again and out of self-isolation. However, with Queen Elizabeth II still going strong, it remains unknown whether Diana's predictions will be realized. Royal Psychic predicts the end of Harry and Meghan. Joan Hanger is far from the only person to make predictions about the future of the royal family. The psychic Georgina Walker has recently predicted that Harry and Meghan's recently departure from the royal family is the beginning of the end of the institution. Speaking on the radio show recently, she also said that she believes that 6-year-old Prince George, who is third in line to the throne, will never be king. Speaking about the long-term future of the royal family, she said, "I said when George was born he would never be king, but he won't be. William will be the last king, and it will be over. This is the start of changes, that what I feel." Walker said that she predicted the split in the royal family as long ago as last year, and also claimed that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's marriage will no more longer than 5 years. She said, "When I first saw them getting together, I saw Sarah Ferguson over the top of Meghan, and I knew that Sarah didn't fit in with the royal family, and I knew Meghan wasn't going to fall in with the royal family." She also compared the pair with the life of Edward VIII, who abdicated in 1936 so that he could marry Wallis Simpson. "I show a great deal of similarity before the former King of England, who married a divorcee from America, who gave away his title and moved away, and that's what I saw for Harry." She went on with her shocking predictions, saying, "When they first came together, I told Channel 9 that I gave them 10 years. Now they've been together approximately 4 years, so this will finish. I give them 5 years and then it will be over. And what's going to happen to Harry? At the moment he's thinking he's free, but he hasn't had to sing for his supper yet. As before, he got a salary. Now it's going to be, I've got to sing for my supper, and they will make millions, but at the end of the day, he desires a family. He wants stability, he wants love, he desires a family. And she's going to be running the race. In other words, she wears the pants in the family, and it will not last. And you can already see that Harry is already unhappy and wanting to come home, but she's not. She doesn't want to come back to England, and because she won't be accepted. The Numerologist, this is also the Numerologist, they made a prediction in 2020. Rose Smith has also made a number of royal predictions for the coming year. That was for 2021. She was rather more positive about the upcoming months for Harry and Meghan. In numerology, Meghan Markle name adds up to her birth and her birth date a 4. According to Rose, this makes her organized and not afraid to complete a job. However, she believes that her family will always be Markle's top priority, and believes that there is chance of her falling pregnant. Well, she did, and she's got Lily Diana, and that is a daddy's girl, and that's true as well. Rose said the second child will be coming soon. Well, she's already here. I think this is a girl, but the girl is like a boy, a tomboy in other words, in some ways. Maybe very bold, very forthright, doesn't take criticism like her mum. Won't put up with rubbish, outspoken, direct and opposite of her brother. However, she believes that Archie is destined for great things and is likely to enter the creative industries as a musician, and that runs in the royal family as well, with Edward, or artist of some kind. I don't think he'll go into theatre or do what his mother did. I don't think he'll be an actor. He's got a very artistic, musical personality, also ecological, the earth, the forest, the climate change. He's got principle and morals, and he's a beautiful person. Rose also believes that the crown may not end up with Prince Charles, but could skip straight to Prince William. She said that in 2019 she got the idea of the Queen was preparing to hand the crown down. It is in the next couple of years, and I'm not sure it's going to be Charles. It could be William. If it goes to Charles, it won't be for very long. William is the one supposed to have it, and he'll have it a long time. Amongst her other predictions for the year ahead, that the Queen will begin to step back from duties while Prince Philip will have a new and exciting opportunities. But he didn't. He passed away, bless him and rest his soul. But needs to be careful with his health, as he feels he has blocked energy in his chest. Well, he did die from things in his chest. With the current pandemic raging around, and so this is 2020 and 2021. The world is looking set to be tough, a period for the entire royal family. So there you go. That is my discovery and my research. And I'm going to switch on the lights. As we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups, I did a reading for a yes and no answer, and I got the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups means yes, because your cup will be running over. So according to that question, will King Charles be a king? The answer is yes. Now, also I asked the question, how long will he be king? Well, the aces stand for days or spring, so it could be a couple of months, it could be a day, but so he could be thinking, once the Queen, bless her soul, has passed over, that he could be king for a day, but it could also be for spring. So if the Queen, I hope she doesn't pass away, I hope she doesn't. The spring starts on the 21st of March till the 21st of June, so 3 months. How long will he be king? Well, I think Charles will need to seek advice, but we've already got 3 months, a day, or springtime, as the cups represent that, but also got 5, and the Hierophant represents Aries, and that is the 4th month, so 3 to 4, 5 months. I don't think he'll be king for longer. I don't think he will be crowned, but he will have his advisors, because the Hierophant is an advisor, and that was the card, the second card that came out, and he will seek advice from his regency councils, that group, and I think they should bring in Edward and Anne instead of Andrew and Harry, so that if he becomes sick or whatever, or William is out of the country, then they can step in. That's why you have regency councillors. I don't think he will feel in his place, like I said earlier. He doesn't want to be the king. It is too difficult for him. So I think he will feel out of place, and he will need somebody to guide him, and I think that will be his advisor, and that could be Camilla Parker Bowles, okay, and the Institute, his advisors. So I personally don't think he will be king. If he's king, he won't be king for long, also because he's downsizing, and he's not that much loved as the Queen or William, and if they want to keep the monarchy going, then I think the best choice is to give the crown to King William and Princess Catherine. I hope you've enjoyed this splurt out, or my splurt, and yeah, I would love to know, are there any royalists here among us, and what do you think? Please let me know, and always, as always, please like and subscribe, and please let there be peace. Let Russia pull back, and let there be peace in the world, and let's focus on this. And there is these are all types of things that are caused by governmental people, and also institutes. I believe that Harry and people like that are trying to bring down the monarchy, and this is causing distraction from what is really going on in the world. So stay safe, be happy, and be blessed. Be grateful for what you have, and share love and peace, and keep a positive mind, because we need all that united energy to force Russia to be pushed back by the divine and the angels. Take care, stay safe, and be blessed. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.